I forgot to set the music to loop. That's pretty funny. Having kind of unstable connection. Hopefully it'll be fine. Um, well, I guess we'll get started. um, I guess we will get started. Uh, so we're gonna do two tier lists today. Sorry for the just sudden silence. Oh my god, my internet is all over the place. Yeah, hopefully the viewing experience is okay. Um, and then if the internet figures itself out, maybe we will actually play some Nuclear Throne. I don't know if I can play any music in the background because I think it will be busted. I think um my VOD will get muted. So we're gonna start off with mutations. We also have here a weapon tier list as well. And I set this one up myself because the other one that I saw was missing a bunch of weapons. Um, so yeah, we'll start with mutations though. And hopefully we can get a little bit of input from the chat. But I haven't streamed on YouTube at all, so I don't know. We'll see. Seems like the internet stabilized itself, so hopefully that's good. Probably gonna do two separate things, like one for the regular mutations up through Thronebutt, and then one for the ultra mutations, because you know, um, it's kind of a different thing. Like comparing regular mutations to ultras just doesn't really make sense. So we're just gonna strong spirit. Actually, hang on. S, and then we'll do this and add row above. Color purple, sure. And we'll call it strong spirit because nothing really compares. What happened? Excuse me? Oh, apparently I don't know how to use tier maker. That's fine. This was red. And then this one is strong. All right. It's better than all the other mutations. Um, so we'll stick that guy on its own. Um, let's see. Sharp teeth is D tier. It sucks. I am not a fan. Um, like when I have it, it appears to do something for me, so it's not F tier. Um, but it's not good either. Like I would rather have pretty much anything else. And then I think Shotgun Shoulders is C tier, right? Like I feel like I should have background music going because it's a little wonky. I can't really see how the stream is going. Wait, I have an error. Well, hopefully it's going fine. Um, I don't know. Yeah, Shotgun Shoulders. It's fine. It it does something. It does a lot more than Sharp Teeth, I think, but it's certainly not great. Um, Stress. I want to put Stress in A tier, but it might be B. Like sometimes it doesn't do anything for you, and you have to be at low health for it to help. So I don't know. I don't know if Stress is that good. We'll leave it in A tier for now. I think Recycle Gland is C tier below Shotgun Shoulders. These two are the worst of the weapon specific mutations. The other four are pretty damn good. Um, Extra feet is a weird one, huh? So, as anyone but Skeleton, if you're playing any of these other characters, this is F tier. Especially if you're playing Plant. It's really bad. Um, it you get hit a lot, and that's no good. So I'm inclined to say, and of course, if you're playing Skeleton, then it's S tier. So purely for Skeleton, I'm gonna put it in C tier. I feel like that bumps it up two tiers from F tier. But it's bad. It's not a good mutation. Most of the time, you don't want to see it. If like these four are the options that you see, then you're really sad. In general, um, Where's patience? Let's figure out where patience goes first, and then we can try to figure out Last Wish. Now, the way you're supposed to take Last Wish is when you're on really low health with Strong Spirit. So it'll like repair your Strong Spirit, give you ammo. But they also made it function as like a shittier Patience. So it does have a little more utility than Patience, I guess. Patience is weird. It's a B tier one because if you get what is like the trash roll for mutations? Let me see. I'm not going to leave these all in F tier. Say you're given Heavy Heart, Euphoria, Sharp Teeth, Extra Feet, right? I guess not Heavy Heart, but say this is your mutation list, right? You're always picking Patience every time. So Patience is actually, yeah, it's pretty good. Like it helps you weed out these bad mutations. We'll figure out Euphoria in a second. And I'll put this back with the plant mutations for now. So I don't know how to feel about Last Wish. It's kind of terrible sometimes, but it's also fine. Like it can function as Patience. It can give you a nice health boost. Most of the time I see it, I don't want to take it. Like in that same situation, say you have Euphoria, Sharp Teeth, and Extra Feet, and Last Wish. Well, what if you get this option right after you leave 5-1? Like, are you going to take a gamble? You're at full health and full ammo. Are you going to take a gamble on taking this and then saying like, oh, it'll act as Patience the next time, like when we hit 5-1 in the loop, and then you have to go to the jungle in the loop? Like that's just bad. So it's definitely like worse than Patience, but it does have that utility sometimes. I'm gonna put it in C tier. A lot of Fish's mutations are not great, huh? Sorry, Fish. I mean, you've got Strong Spirit, which is the best mutation in the game, and you've got Stress, which is also really good. Impact Wrists. I would rather have Impact Wrists than any of these. So I think it's, I think it's B tier as well. I think you take Patience over Impact Wrists, so we'll have it in higher in B tier. Maybe Last Wish is like here, actually. So a lot of people do their tier lists where it's just kind of broken up into tiers. And like the individual placement within the tiers doesn't matter. But like if I think one of them is better, like I'll try to order them in the order I would want them. I don't know, we'll see. Would I really rather have Extra Feet than Sharp Teeth? I think I would, actually. Like Extra Feet is usually bad, but in those situations where you're playing Skeleton, like it's very good. So yeah, Scarier Face is S tier. I don't think I need to explain that. It's very good. You do more damage with everything. It's like functions similar to some of the weapon specifics where it just makes your gun better, but it makes everything better. It's great. It also means that once you're in the loop, that like health bonus that the enemies get is negated a little bit. Super good. I don't really have much else to say about Scarier Face. I mean, you will take other mutations over it sometimes, but in general, you pretty much like want it every run. I did say I was recording a video recently, so if you are watching this from like where we currently are in the videos that are uploaded, I think we're uploading the Eyes videos now. I've recorded like a ton more videos. I think I have 3 weeks of backlog now. So spoiler alert, eventually we're playing YV. And honestly, like, you don't always need Strong Spirit. Like, there are situations where you just have so much damage that it's not that relevant. Like, I had a Hyper Slugger and Long Arms Laser Brain Energy Sword. And in that situation, you really don't need Scarier Face. It's kind of irrelevant at that point. So, you know, let's see. It's still S tier though, obviously. Like you'll take Strong Spirit over it. Maybe you're in a situation where like you've got a really good bolt weapon and you'll take Bolt Marrow over it, but we'll deal with Melting's mutations are all fucking awesome, by the way. We'll deal with those when we get there. I noticed last night as I was looking at this that Only fish, crystal, eyes, melting, and plant get their own like mutation icons. Like, why isn't YV on some of these? It's kind of interesting. I don't think it would be good for the game to add like a bunch more mutations to fill out the rest of the roster, but it's kind of an odd thing that I noticed. You don't notice it when you're playing the game, I guess. Maybe you do, but I don't. I think Rapipaw is A tier. I used to think it was S tier, like best mutation in the game next to Strong Spirit, but you don't always need it. It's really good when you're playing characters like YV and you need an ammo boost. But there are, I value the ammo mutations a little less anymore. Because if you're kind of clever, there are things that you can do to not need ammo mutations. Um, for instance, just put on Crown of Love. If you have Open Mind and Crown of Love, you will have all of the ammo you could possibly want. And just if you're not trying to unlock crowns or anything, there's really no reason not to do that. If you're just trying to get a good score or something, like on a daily, there's no reason not to have Crown of Love on, especially like once you get your good weapons, that's what you want to do. Now, you don't necessarily need Open Mind for that to work. In fact, I really like it with steroids. Get Loaded. It can be insane. Crown of Love and Get Loaded is like a super sick combo, and we'll see that in some of the videos that are coming out not too long from now. But Hammerhead is an F tier. I consider these both a detriment to my run. These are the mutations that will get me killed. But obviously, because we talked about Skeleton, that's why this is in C tier instead. Because I'm trying to like average it out for these mutations. Like some of them are really good as certain characters and really bad as others. We'll see that with Rhino Skin a little later on. Like when you're playing Melting, this is here, right? But when you're playing other characters, it can vary where it is. So Hammerhead is bad. I would love to see somebody argue with that. I mean, I know there are really good players who take Hammerhead and make great use out of it, like tunneling through terrain and stuff. In later loops, maybe it's great in like loop 7, but I'm not a loop 7 player. Like I'm in loop 0, loop 1, and a little bit of loop 2. That's kind of where my aptitude is at this point. And we'll see a few loop 3 runs. Spoiler alert. We'll see a few loop 3 runs later on. One only technically, and then another we made it far enough into loop 3 to actually see some IDPD freaks, which is fun. But yeah, I guess we're into the eyes mutations. How do we feel about Eagle Eyes? I think this is also a C tier. I think it's like mid C tier. I think it's like, because as certain characters, if you're playing steroids, Eagle Eyes can be really good actually, especially with like these mutations. These two, Recycle Gland and Eagle Eyes, are very situational, but when they're good, they're great. So like maybe it's a B tier, but I don't think so. I think this is pretty reasonable. I think some people will put Eagle Eyes in F tier. I kind of disagree. If you like are put in a situation where you take it and it does absolutely nothing for you, like you shouldn't have taken it. You should take a different mutation. You should take fucking extra feet or something else, or sharp teeth. Like take something that's going to do something for you. But the situations where it is good, it can be great. So even just with an auto crossbow, having an auto crossbow with Eagle Eyes is pretty decent sometimes, especially if you haven't got Bolt Marrow. It can also make the heavy auto like a little bit more usable, which is really good. The heavy auto crossbow is the weapon with like the worst accuracy in the whole game, other than like the bullet weapons. And we'll talk about that with the weapon tier list. But yeah, I'm gonna try to keep moving through the mutations because we do have all of the weapons to go through as well, so that's gonna take a while. But yeah, I see. I think we got 2 people in here. If anyone feels the need to add their thoughts in the chat, feel free. I think Gamma Guts is A tier. Certain characters, it's S tier. I think it's A tier. Just like preventing you from getting hit. It kind of has the opposite effect as something like Hammerhead, or I mean, maybe it has the same effect as Hammerhead if you're good with Hammerhead, right? But it has the opposite effect of Sharp Teeth, or not Sharp Teeth. I'm sorry, this is Extra Feet. Where just like times that you would get hit, you don't, and that's really good. Also, it like you can just stand on top of the Technomancer, and in like 4 or 5 seconds, the Technomancer's dead. Like that's super good. I think that long arms is S tier. There are times you take it and then don't end up with a melee weapon. Sure. Um, but so many runs, it's like the only thing that is helping me out. I mean, obviously Trigger Fingers is also S tier. I think Trigger Fingers is very high S tier. I think Long Arms is low S tier, and I think that that's reasonable. Um, I also, I mean, this is a controversial take. Do I want to put Second Stomach in S tier? Yeah, I think it's very high A though. I know we don't have like anything in B tier yet. There are some mutations I'm going to put in B tier for sure. Um, and it's going to get interesting with the Throne Butts. We might do Throne Butt on its own, actually, but I don't know. Euphoria is bad. I'm going to put it with Sharp Teeth in D tier. I'm going to put it above Sharp Teeth. Um, I used to think that you kind of needed it to fight the captain, like when I had barely ever fought the captain. But I've got like more than half of the loop crowns at this point, mostly from fighting the captain, and you don't need Euphoria. It's very good with Eyes, maybe with like Eyes' Throne, but I don't like it. Especially like on the palace, if you don't have a melee weapon, there can just be so many green balls. It's really bad against the throne as well because, like I said, like you want those projectiles to move off screen. The slow, it's really decent with like fast moving projectiles. You have a like an elite grunt in your face shooting at you. Euphoria could be good for you, sure. It gives you a little bit more reaction time to dodge. It's good against the captain, but on the throne fight and stuff, when you want those projectiles to clear off the screen, it just makes it worse. I don't like it. Open Mind is B tier. It used to be D tier, and then they made it a little better. I thought it was maybe A tier when I started playing again in update 100 because it seemed really good. You can get extra rad canisters and stuff, level up faster. But you can also, if you get a few rad canisters on the same level and then you miss like them all, you're just gonna see horror on the next level. So the downside of this is like an increased chance of seeing horror, especially on like a Crown Vault level. You're on 5-2 in the Frozen City, and there's like two red canisters tucked away somewhere weird, and you go in the Crown Vault, you can just be visited by horror like instantly. Um, so I mean, you could put it very high C tier, but I think it's low B, especially because we don't have many things in B tier yet. And I'm looking at the roster of mutations. A lot of these are really good coming up. So, Bolt Marrow is S tier. It's super good. Um, like I said, the melting mutations are pretty awesome across the board. They're really damn good. I think it's similar to, I mean, all of the weapon specifics have this problem except for maybe Boiling Veins, because you're always gonna get that potential utility out of Boiling Veins where like if you get hit by a rocket from an elite grunt, it's not gonna kill you. Um but it's just like yeah, you might not get bolt weapons, in which case it kind of sucks. Which is similar to like if you never carry a melee weapon, you have long arms, whatever. It kind of sucks. But the potential there, like when you get the auto crossbow, when you get a super splinter gun and trigger fingers, when you get, I mean, fuck, like a heavy auto crossbow, it doesn't do as much with, but it's still nice to have. A splinter pistol. I mean, fuck, even the golden splinter gun is really good with this. It's just it helps out so much in the loop. You really notice when you don't have it and you have those weapons. Um, and I think Laser Brain is really high A. Like these three are like essentially next to each other, but I think the cutoff between S and A is right there. Um, I like it about as much as I like. I mean, is Second Stomach S tier? I don't know. I think I have to be smart about. We'll talk about Bloodlust in a second. So obviously, when you're playing Melting, Rhino Skin is S tier, S plus. It's Strong Spirit tier. But when you're playing other characters, I think it's A tier. So I feel like averaging that out to low S, it's really good. It's even really good on those other characters too. There are some small downsides, like if you're trying to unlock Crown of Luck, it can make getting your strong spirit back a little harder. It synergizes really good with other healing mutations. It synergizes really well with Plutonium Hunger. I don't think I need to say much more about that. I think I think the smartest place to put Boiling Veins is high B tier. It enables you to use some of the most fun weapons in the game. It enables you to use the Super Bazooka. Some of the mini grenade weapons are awesome. The grenade rifle is great. Uh, so, you know, it enables all that stuff. It prevents you from dying in silly situations. It's really good as melting because, you're usually not harmed that much by like going down to 4 HP. Either like explosions can't hurt you at all if you don't have Rhino skin, or you can only lose 2 health, which is a third of your health. So it's like it's noticeable, but and then like say you're as Crystal and you've taken Rhino skin and the extra health, which is I think this one. It's not as good, but I think high B tier is smart. I think I need to be intelligent about this one and consider like I honestly like I would rather most characters I would rather have Second Stomach, Rabbit Paw, and Pluto. Because together, like you get extra ammo, you get twice as much health, stuff gets sucked to you, it's insane on the loop. Like that's all the survivability you need. But those 3 mutations give you more utility than just this one. But on its own, if you don't have Second Stomach, Rabbit Paw, or Plutonium Hunger, like this thing is insane. It's insane on melting. It's super good. I think it's right below Scarier Face. It might be right above Scarier Face. I don't know. It's S tier for sure. I don't always take it. I ignore it for other things, but we gotta put respect on Bloodlust. And I think Back Muscle is here. It's one of those where like say you're in the situation. I'm gonna use F tier as like our mutation selections for a second. Say you're in a situation where it's like this. You take Back Muscle every time, essentially. Like maybe you take this one. Let me see if I can remember where stuff was. Um, but like most of the time, you're gonna take Back Muscle. It funny enough, I was informed by a commenter that it synergizes with Cuz, and it makes it so that you can store more tiers, which is just it's extra good on Cuz then. And also since you're carrying 3 weapons, like you want that extra ammo anyway. I think Lucky Shot sits right here. It can be very good as an ammo mutation. It's really good as melting, funnily enough. Like I don't think you need an ammo mutation as melting though, especially on the loop, because everything fucking dies. You just right click over and over and it all dies. But those situations where you're playing melting and you run out of stuff, like it's really bad. But say you've got like a super plasma cannon, this thing is gonna keep you topped up. It can be very good. There's not as many bad mutations as there are good mutations. Is something that I'm noticing. But you know, pretty decent. Plutonium Hunger is high A tier. I think it's here. It's really good. Don't always need it, but you definitely, if you play with it a lot and then you don't have it, you notice for sure. And then we'll hit Heavy Heart quick. And then I think we'll clear it out and we'll do the Throne Butts. God, I'm already 26 minutes in. I'm just yapping, man. But I'm enjoying this. This is fun. Let's see. Heavy Heart is like here as robot, and as everybody else, it's like here. So I think it's right there. You know, kind of almost a bell curvy sort of thing going on, but S is pretty stacked. Not gonna lie. So let me take a screenshot of this if I can remember. Oops. um, I'm pretty sure that worked. I don't know. Sorry about having that on the screen. I may want to post that on like the subreddit later and see what people think about my mutation decisions. But we'll hit reset. And then we're gonna do the. I guess I don't need to move him to the front, but we're gonna do Throne Butts next. Um, we'll just hit F tier with crystals. I think it's ass. We'll go a little faster here. Um, melting is S tier. Fish is C. Eyes is also C. Some people really love it. I find it throws me off, so I don't like it that much. Plant Throne Butt is really good. I think it's also S tier. YV is great. I mean, if you have trigger fingers, always take it, essentially. Like, unless it's up against something that you really need, it's an always take sort of a thing on YV for me. And I know that might be kind of odd for you, but I really love the Ultra B runs. Just get an auto crossbow, and then it's also a super crossbow. It's insane. And I find Ultra A, well, I guess we're getting into the Ultra conversation here, but it does matter when talking about this one. Ultra A for YV is really good with certain weapons that are kind of slow, but not too slow. So, say you've got, what's a kind of slow weapon? Super Slugger. And so you can run no trigger fingers, Super Slugger, um, and Lightning Hammer. Without trigger fingers or stress. And like, if you're in that situation where you never got offered trigger fingers and you've got a Super Slugger, a Super Crossbow, one of those two, and a Lightning Hammer, take Ultra A, you know? But anyway, that's YV. Steroids, like I said, you really don't need this. If you're playing steroids, take Ultra B, get loaded, and then put on Crown of Love. So I used to think it was great. I honestly think it's B tier. I think Robot is his is a little better. Maybe controversial. I don't know. And I gotta say, Chickens is growing on me. I should talk a little more about robots, I guess. Robot Throne Butt is better gun nutrition. When you eat stuff, you get twice as much value out of it. Don't always need it. If you have heavy heart, you probably don't need it. It can be really good in certain situations. It really helps out just to keep topped up. If you haven't got second stomach, it can also like kind of behave like second stomach. If you see that against second stomach as robot, I think you should take that. Rebel is another S tier. Throne Butt, it's very good. It's very, very good. It can do some incredible stuff for you. I mean, your minions shoot faster. It does have the downside of like if there's a shielder, you have a lot more projectiles to dodge. They will just shoot at shields. They don't care. Your allies. So that's why it's lower S tier. I think horror is A tier. That healing off the beam is really fucking good. If you take Meltdown as horror, it's like insane. You don't really need another healing mutation. And it's better in some situations than the other healing mutations because you can choose when to use it. You can just save up on rads, and then if you get down really low, just spam the beam. And I don't even think, I think if you beam off a shield, you're fine. I don't know. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong about that. But yeah, it's very good. Maybe I don't know. People are gonna clown on me for the steroids one, perhaps. But like maybe it should be here. I think that's a smarter place to put it. I think that these three are all kind of in the same range for me. If you have Boiling Veins already, and there's no other good, like there's nothing insane in the mutation choice, take Throne Butt as Rogue. The only reason, once you kind of, I've been thinking about the characters a little differently in this game now. Once you realize that you need to lean into what the strengths of the characters are and play around their weaknesses, there is only one strength really. Like Blast Armor is kind of bad, to be honest. It functions like shitty Sharp Teeth, and Sharp Teeth is already shitty. So, I feel like I feel like that's not great. The portal strikes are definitely a benefit for Rogue. So you really want to play around them, and which is why when we're talking about ultra mutations in a second here, um, I think Super Blast Armor sucks, and Super Portal Strike is quite good. So, yeah, we'll talk about that more in a second. I want to get through the rest of these. Cuz's Throne Butt says whenever you get hit, it refills all of your tears. This is awesome. This is really good. This is A tier. I think it's here. Cuz is just great. The more I play him, the more I love that character. He rocks. And then I don't give a shit about the. Let me actually take a look at what. Let me see. Skeleton. I'll check the wiki really quick to just see exactly what this does, but I don't think you care about it. Throne Butt adds a 1/3 chance the skeleton won't take damage with Blood Gamble. If you're playing a skeleton, your main thing is just not dying. And if you use Blood Gamble at all, it's bad. If you're in a situation where you're like running out of ammo and there's health packs on the ground, maybe. But in all of the time, I spent hours playing a skeleton, trying to get the ultra. It sucks. It's bad. If I see this over anything that helps me survive, I am upset as skeleton. And then Frog's Throne Butt. Let me take a look again at the wiki here. Frog's Throne Butt causes all toxic gas to spread further and faster. It's fine. It's low B tier, I think. Like, again, if you're playing as Frog, you kind of want to lean into the gas thing. It can be really good. Like, lean into the strengths of the character, which is why it's around here. I think this is a fair setup for this. I'm gonna hit print screen again. I don't know why it defaults to that every time, but yeah. So I think I'm pretty happy with this. There's not really D tier. I mean, maybe you could say that. Water boost is fine, and I know there are some stronger telekinesis evangelists out there, but that's kind of how I feel about it. All right, ultra mutations. Confiscate is, I think, B. Gun Warrant is S. Gun Warrant is in S tier because it's very fun. It sometimes it's kind of useless, but it's very, very fun. Maybe this is an A tier. I think they're 1 tier apart from each other. Confiscate's really good as well. Enemies can drop health chests, which is insane. I'm gonna put Projectile Style in S tier because it's the most unique ultra in the game. It's one of the most fun ultras in the game. It is objectively worse than Monster Style, which is I think also an S tier. But this one is in S tier because it's fun. Monster Style's fucking insane. It's so good. You can push vans around. Sorry, I keep pausing to take a drink because I'm yapping a lot. I've been yapping for 35 minutes. And you know, I do yap my entire life, but this is more so than usual. I think 4 extra health as Crystal is B tier. And I think Juggernaut is A. Do I have that right? I don't know if I have the names correct. Hang on, let me go back to my wiki page here. Weapons. I'm sure I have mutations somewhere. Ultra mutations. Fortress is yeah, the extra HP, and then Juggernaut is the other one. I think Fortress is better. Moving while shielding is really good. It's underrated, I think. Weirdly enough, maybe you want to take extra feet. I don't know if it affects that. That's interesting. We'll try to keep moving here, of course. Brain capacity is the best mutation in the game. Ultra in the game, I think. I don't know. It's one of the best. It's obscene. It's really good. and this is like also B tier. There's definitely a use for these, right? Like you can go 20 HP crystal and it can be good. You can also not get strong spirit the entire run and then take this to gamble for strong spirit, and then you get it and you have 5 HP, you know. Can be very good. But most of the time you don't want these, I think. This is Trapper, which is I think also B tier, and then Big Snare is A tier. Um Again, you usually want Big Snare. I'm pretty sure. The saplings are cool, but they're not that good. Um, I'm kind of not sure what to do. I used to always take Ultra A because it's like the reliable one as a YV, but Ultra B is insane. I think it's here. It's really fucking good. Uh, like if you have trigger fingers, take Ultra B every time. Um, that's if you don't have trigger fingers, take this one. Like that's basically how I feel about that. Especially I've been playing YV a little bit more recently. This one is really good. Um, Getting all ammo types is great. It's insane with Crown of Love. You'll just always have ammo in all like both of your weapons. Ambidextrous is kind of ass. It doesn't do much for you. Um, yeah, I think this is around the same tier as Confiscate. Definitely not as good, but around. Um, Refined Taste is fine. I think it's like high B tier. And Regurgitate, high B, low A. I don't know. Regurgitate is kind of eh. I've taken it a handful of times. It usually doesn't do much for me. So I think it's in here. And the like, you can take it, but I don't know. Maybe it's around as good as Confiscate if you're kind of clever about when you eat your weapons, but I'm not usually. So, man, we're gonna be here for a while because I have another whole tier list to do. Let's try to go a little faster. This is awesome. This is like really cool. I found this was really good when I was playing as Chicken, and then this one is kind of mid. It's all right. It can be very good for you. You generally don't want to be losing your head though. I think that's the right place to put this. Low A tier. Maybe high B. Like I said, it can have utility. I mean, I think this is a smart place to put these as well. Like personal guard is not as good most of the time, but in situations where you're trying to keep your health up and you're trying like maybe you're just mostly playing rebel for uh the extra healing and stuff, or just to get the unlocks, and you don't want to. Oh hey, it's Official. How's it going? We're ranking mutations, and then we're gonna do the weapons here in a minute. Um, yeah, double minions is awesome. It's incredible. I think it's probably better than that. In fact, it might be better than the eyes mutations as well. But there are situations where you would rather have this one, which is why I put it in A. Because sometimes you just don't want that many minions. Shielders are a real problem in the loop, especially as Rebel, because of those minions. I've never taken Stalker, which kind of sounds funny. Maybe F is never taken. I don't take Stalker, and the reason why is because Anomaly is like one of the best ultra mutations in the game. It's obscene. Portals open faster. Sometimes you can skip the vans altogether. In fact, very often you can skip vans altogether. It makes the loops almost as easy as pre-loop sometimes. At least loop 1. It's ridiculous. Meltdown, however, makes it it's also really good. I think Meltdown's like here. I feel similarly about these two as I do about YV's Ultras. It's just It's very good. Having double rad capacity means you can potentially use the beam and have an ultra weapon, although that's a little sketchy. When I take an ultra weapon as horror, I usually die because I'm out of rads. Um, but if you have like a really good weapon that doesn't, say you have like an ultra shovel or something like that, or even like an ultra crossbow that you just have in your back pocket, and then you're using you've got like energy sword going on with long arms and laser brain. Horror Stalker is quite good. I'm gonna leave it where it is just because I haven't taken it. Um, I just Anomaly's insane. I'm sure it is good. I'm sure it is good, but I haven't taken it. So, um, like, I'd be interested, like, what tier you think it is. But yeah, um, portal strikes are extra portal strikes are very good sometimes. It's like here, and I think this is around here. Maybe a little better than that one. Super blast armor is not great. Like I said, it's basically sharp teeth. Like blast armor is basically sharp teeth but bad, and this makes it sharp teeth but a little better. I still would rather not have sharp teeth, you know? Um, I do think that I'm putting this in D tier mostly because of the misery that trying to get Cuz's C skin brought me. I don't want to have high B or low A anomalies. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. For Stalker, high B, low A. Um, Anomalies OP, and I think that Meltdown is great as well. Um, like Kaz is Ultra B, which is I don't remember what it's called. This one's called Arsenal, and I think this one's called Emotional. Emotional's awesome. It's lowest tier. Just always take it. And it does great things for you. I got some insane runs as Cuz. So the Eyes videos are coming out now, and then after Eyes, I played as Cuz. I have like a crazy backlog right now. I have like 25 or something videos that are going to be uploaded because I've been playing the shit out of this game. Um, but I keep sitting down at my computer and just wanting to play Nuclear Throne, so I just record a video. But uh, Cuz is awesome. The more I got used to having three weapons, the more I liked it. Um, you can get some of the best builds as Cuz. Cuz is basically just like better Crystal, in my opinion. I like tiers better than shielding. You don't get locked into place. It can actually help you. Um, like it can deal with explosions. Like say a golden tank fires a rocket at you, one of your tiers can actually stop it. Um, Obviously that's kind of a weird situation. It works also with I think it can blow up IDPD grenades, although I'm like don't quote me on that one. It like say there's uh an elite shielder and they're firing a bunch of plasma at you. Just right clicking can make the plasma's AoE not hit you. It's Cuz's right click is one of the best in the game. I genuinely think that now. I think Cuz is just insane. He's so good. He's like one of my favorite characters now. Um okay, what ultra mutations are next? A skeleton. Well, this is funny. I in my video, I think you remember I took this one instead. I didn't turn back into melting because I just wanted to stay a skeleton and see how long I could live, and I think it was like 2 or 3 levels. Not levels, stages, whatever you want to call them. Um, Emotional plus thrown butt and back muscle turns Cuds into a raid boss. Yeah, it's insane. You can't be hit. And like as Cuz, you're always carrying a melee weapon. You're pretty much always taking long arms as well. Because you can have a melee weapon and then like two absurd weapons. Um, yeah, I don't want to give too many spoilers for upcoming videos, but I had my best run to date at the time as Cuz, and it was with two very good weapons and the best melee weapon in the game. So let's see. I think this is fine for like who gives a shit about like a 1/3 chance to not consume ammo or something when you right click. If you're playing skeleton, you don't want to right click at all. And then turning back into melting is cool, but I haven't taken it. I've only hit ultra as skeleton once. So, um, I'm not sure how we feel about the cuz, uh, or cuz, not cuz. The frog. I feel like most people, in fact, don't get to rank these because who takes? Oh, is my stream dying? Seems like I'm dropping some frames. Apologies if that's the case. I don't have very good internet. That's why I've been uploading videos rather than streaming. But I do like streaming. I think that this one is pretty good. Pretty all right. I think it's around here. I've actually never taken that one. So the next time we play Frog, I'll have to take Distance. I think this one's called Intimacy, and this one's called Distance. Um, but yeah, I should probably take this one. I imagine it's quite good. If you want to take like a slower playstyle. I really want to play as Big Dog. Oh yeah, my stream is shitting its pants. We're dropping frames all over the place. Warning, the stream is dying. Yeah, that seems accurate. Um, Hopefully my internet will pick back up and it'll be better here in a second. I haven't played as Big Dog, so that's a little sad. Let's see. I will take a screenshot again, and then we'll move on to Distance is very much like Stalker. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I'd like to take it sometime. Error YouTube is not responding. Oh, that's not great. That's not ideal, is it? Um, yeah, so you missed out on the, oh shit. Actually, maybe, this seems like a good time. I'm going to hit the BRB screen while my internet is ass, and we'll be back in a little bit so I can use the bathroom. All right, it seems like that worked out, I guess. Seems like my internet came back while I was using the bathroom, so one moment, I'm gonna take a drink. All right, so it's him official. Apologies, but you did miss the. Oops, let's get this out of the way. You did miss my um my regular mutation tier list. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this was essentially how I feel about the regular mutations. Oh, I come back and now my internet shits again. Very good, very very good. um, I think most of this makes sense. Strong Spirit is in a tier of its own. These are all insane. These are all very good. Um, maybe stress should have been below. Uh, Gamma Guts, I don't know. But I think this is the most rational way to make this tier list. Extra Feet is only this high because of Skeleton. I hate it otherwise. It would be an F. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't realize when I screenshot my whole screen, it would screenshot both monitors. That's kind of funny. So you could see my OBS there as well. But yeah, we're gonna move on from mutations now. We also did throne butts, but we're gonna do weapons at this point. So this one's gonna take a while. So strap in. I set up this tier list myself. I can maybe I can paste a link to it in the chat. If I'm kind of careful about how I do this. If you're interested, last night, probably put Euphoria higher. Yeah. So if there's a link to the weapon tier list, if you feel so inclined to go and do this yourself, there was another version of this available already, but it didn't have all the weapons and the sprites looked like shit. So I ripped them all from the wiki. I wish they were a consistent size. Like, why is the incinerator so small and the minigun is massive? I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, we'll just get going with the weapons because this is gonna take a while. Revolver is C tier. Rusty Revolver is D tier. You can use it to unlock the robot's C skin, which is kind of cool, I guess. But I don't know. I kind of don't care. You don't want the Rusty Revolver most of the time, and it only shows up if you take, like, one of the only ways to get the Rusty Revolver is to, like, play as robot and play as robot and eat a weapon and then pick the thing up out of the proto chest. You know, or like somehow go to a proto chest with only one weapon. You generally don't want the revolver. You start with it, it's bad. I would say the machine gun is B tier. It's fine for when you get it. So I'm ranking all the weapons for when you can get them, by the way. So certain stuff like the shotgun is going to be high on the tier list because you can get it in the first stage and it's very good. Stuff like the super flak cannon and the Devastator are going to be relatively lowly ranked because they're not great, in my opinion. And you get them really late as well. Triple machine gun is here. I almost never take it. And the quad machine gun is, I think, here. This one is situational. It can be very fun if you have the exact correct build for it, which we did on one of our early videos. My bitrate is all over the place. At least we're not playing the game, because it would look like ass with this kind of bitrate. I don't take the smart gun very much either, so that it starts with bullet weapons, so a lot of these are not very good, right? The SMG is basically F tier. You basically never take it. The smart gun is here, I think. And then I think the minigun is also in C tier. The double minigun is a little better, it's in B tier. But you're gonna have ammo problems with these. You're just gonna miss a lot, so even if you have Recycle Gland, it's like not awesome. The Devastator is so ass. Yeah, that's true. It's the worst weapon in the game. You know what? I think we will add row below. And then I'm gonna make this one. What color should I make this? Blue. I wish there was like a brown color that I could use for the Devastator. And this one is gonna say Devastator. Have I spelled that right? I think so. I have not. Devastator, sure. And where's this piece of shit? There it is. It's the worst weapon in the game. I hate it. There's no point for it to exist. Oh man. Top 5 most useless weapons, yeah. I'm dropping frames all over the place. I hope the viewing experience is okay. But the more I complain about it, not great. I think the rogue rifle and the assault rifle are both very good for when you can get them. I think they're A tier. Um, I don't know. Uh, I don't really know what else to say about them. They're fine. I think the hyper rifle is a little worse. It does a lot of damage, but it uses a fuckload of bolts of bullets. Um, you know, not exactly incredible. But I think it's going to be very high B tier. Usually, if you see it, you'll pick it up for a little bit, use all the bullets, and then drop it again. I think heavy machine gun is better. I like it better than these two. For when you can get it, if you get it right when like the earliest it's possible to get it, it's very good. If you get a little later on, like I've used it deep into the loop and it's fine. Eventually, it falls off for sure, but like the first half of loop one, it's fine. I think the heavy AR is even better. Um, when can you get the heavy AR first? Let me check the wiki. Weapons. Probably like at the throne fight, if I had to guess. Weapon chest drop table. Um, labs. So the first level, if you don't do any fuckery that changes your difficulty, the first time you can get that is at the labs. If I get that at the labs, it's insane. Like that's so good. And it's decent even into the early loop. You can carry this pretty far. Actually, like if you've got recycle gland, you were in a situation where it was the best mutation to take for a choice, you know, no sweat. And then I think this one is far worse than the machine gun mostly. You know what? This one gets the I have to click a lot penalty. If you're playing as steroids, I guess it's fine. It's the same as this. But if you're not, it's not very good. I think the pop gun is a little better than these. I pick it up more. Weirdly, heavy machine gun is better than heavy AR. More bullet efficient and has comparable DPS. I guess the one counter I have to that is like if you I don't know. I don't run out of bullets too much with the heavy AR because mostly I'm only taking it when I have like a good build for it. Um, I appreciate your hot take, but like, say you've got trigger fingers, you can do an absurd like trigger fingers is way better with the heavy AR or stress, way better with the heavy AR than the heavy machine gun. So like you can do outlandish damage. Say you're fighting the captain with the heavy AR, and you're on 1 HP. Like you could just melt him. Her rather melt them. Um, the pop rifle is a little worse than the pop gun. I put the pop gun here because it's kind of comparable to the machine gun for me. You can get it on the first stage. If I get it, I'll usually pick it up just so I don't have to spam click with the revolver. Um, I think that yeah, the heavy machine gun, it's definitely also good. I think they're both very good weapons, but we're gonna see them bleed lower into A tier as we get some better weapons here. For instance, I think the incinerator is probably the best bullet weapon. It's so much fun. Uh, I just like when I use it, I really like it. It chews through ammo. I mean, honestly, maybe it's here, but yeah, my internet is super unstable. Not much to be done about it. The bouncer shotgun is, I think it's right in here with these guys. Um, it's really good on the crystal caves because it just like counters the crabs, um, spiders, whatever you want to call them. It just kind of handles them. Um, and then the this one is like here. It's around the pop gun, I think. Shotgun is high A tier. You can get it on the first level. and you can use it through the first half at least of loop one, or not loop one, of pre-loop, without it really falling off too much for you. It's very good. I like it better than the Slugger now, which some people might not really agree with, but why is this background a different color for the Devastator? Oh, well, that looks weirder now. I think it, here, there we go. Make that all the same. Double shotgun is definitely worse. I think it's around here. It's in like pop rifle territory. It's just too slow most of the time. Bouncer shotgun. Yeah, I think it's it can be really good. For sure. It can be really good on the labs too. Anywhere with like close corridors, bouncer shotgun is great. I like the sawed off a little more than the double shotgun. Maybe like here. I know that's kind of silly, but they have similar reload times. This one fires more pellets. They use the same amount of ammo. This one has a bigger spread. Like it's just, I just find it to be a little better. But I almost never take it. It's not great. In fact, maybe these two are both C tier. I think that's accurate. Wave gun is really good, and so is the eraser. I like these two about the same amount. I think they're, for when you can get them, I think they're better than the shotgun. I think I like the eraser a little more, but they're both great. These were two of the later weapons to be added into the game. Auto shotgun is also very good. Not S tier, but very good. Looking at these, I think this makes sense to have these all in A tier. Maybe pop rifle is high C. You're not gonna take it very often. It's fine. I mean, it's kind of just like a side grade to this. But still. Flat cannon is fine. It's high B tier. I don't like it that much. I find that the pellets that come out of it almost never do anything, but the damage is good for the initial blast. What's my take on the heavy slugger? This is the heavy slugger. I think it's almost never good. It's some of the highest single target damage in the game. But it has such short range. Even if you have shotgun shoulders, you still have to like bounce it off a wall for it to have any range, which is just stupid. Like it just, I don't know. I want to use it. I want to take it, but most of the time I just don't. I guess then it should be near, maybe it's a little higher. Maybe it's like, yeah, it's around smart gun territory, I think. This is a very hot take, but the super flat cannon, I don't like it. It can be really good. You can build for it, right? You can take the you can take shotgun shoulders. Holy shit, my I'm like dropping half my frames and my bitrate is just dying. The last time I took this, I like really needed to hit an enemy and I whiffed. And I died because of it. So this is in the penalty box for that reason. It's better than I think it like it deserves to be like here. But I don't know. Maybe we'll put it here. Flame shotgun is really solid. I like it better than the flak cannon. I think it's like low A. Auto flame shotgun is you can use that in the loop just fine. It's a great weapon. It does a ton of damage. You can burst down bosses with it. I really like the auto flame. Double auto flame shotgun I was kind of shitting on for a while. I think it has a slightly better reload rate than the double shotgun, which is a little silly. It's around the same amount of good as the flame shotgun. Considering you get it a little later, and it's a little better, I think that's fair. Slugger is like here. It's a tier below the shotgun. Um, it can be really good. You can, whenever I get this on or around, like the Big Bandit level, low A. Yeah, no, I think these like the flame shotgun weapons are all good. Um, honestly, it might be a little better than that one. It might even be here. I've been taking this a lot lately. Um, like Slugger can do great things for you early game, but its usefulness is capped because you can only kill one enemy with it. So like it's bad against maggots, it's bad against crowds, falls off really harshly later on. The Assault Slugger is here. It's very good. The Assault Slugger is awesome. If you have trigger fingers, you can even use it in the loop. No problem. And then the Gatling Slugger is S tier. This is going to be the lowest in the S tier, but it's S tier. The Super Slugger is even better. Hyper Slugger is even better. This is very high S tier. I love the Hyper Slugger. It's one of my favorite weapons in the game. I think the crossbow is right around where the shotgun is. It is very similar to the slugger. It does slightly less damage, but it doesn't. Its range is not capped. Maybe the assault slugger is actually better than the eraser. Now that I think about it, yeah, the crossbow range isn't capped. It can kill multiple enemies. It pierces. I mean, auto crossbow. Only like, I mean, yeah, auto crossbow's my favorite weapon in the game. Super crossbow is here. It can be better than the auto crossbow, but I run out of ammo most of the time. So, kind of a your mileage may vary kind of a thing. You like need bolt marrow to make this work. You don't need bolt marrow to make this work, but it works just fine. Like it's bolt marrow makes it way better, of course. Toxic bow is D tier. I don't like it. When I'm playing as Frog, I never get it. And when I'm playing other characters, I see 3 of them per run. Some of these bad weapons need like a weight added to them in the code so that they spawn less frequently, in my opinion. And I think Frog should get a bonus to his the chance of seeing toxic weapons spawn. I think that would make the game a little more enjoyable. If you didn't see these weapons as much when playing other characters, and if you saw them more when playing Frog, I would be happy. Heavy crossbow. It's B tier. It can be A tier if you have trigger fingers. In fact, it's probably usually C tier, but then if you have trigger fingers, it's A tier, so that rounds it out to B. I don't pick it up that much. I think like missing and then standing there with no ability to hit anything, especially if you've got another slow weapon, you get hit sometimes for sure if you miss with this. So skill based, yes. Heavy auto is technically a very good weapon. It used to be obscene. I don't know, it's him. If you remember when it was like absurd, it had really good accuracy. Bolt Marrow worked really well with it. This thing used to be like here, best weapon in the game, but they nerfed it pretty hard. So I think it's like here now. If you weirdly, this weapon is my top choice. Like these two are really good with Eagle Eyes. They're like the main weapons you want to use with Eagle Eyes because the accuracy on this is just so poor now. You're just wasting all your ammo. Unless you're shooting at like a huge target. It's great against the captain, of course. Splinter gun. This is the regular splinter gun? No, this is this. Shit. Yeah, this is the regular splinter gun. This one is the super splinter gun. It's kind of hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Regular splinter gun is fine. It's it's right in there with the it's definitely on average better than this. Uh, but it falls off pretty hard. It tends to fall off pretty hard. This is incredibly high A. I it should be an S tier, the Splinter Pistol. I don't like having to mash left click all the time. Obviously, if you're steroids, it's like the same as an auto crossbow, but it gets docked for having to click repeatedly, which also means you can be leaving some DPS on the table if you're not clicking fast enough, which is a little annoying. Or like too fast. With some of those weapons, you have to like click at the right rhythm, which can vary depending on if you have trigger fingers and stress and stuff like that. So, auto crossbow's little brother. Yeah, exactly. I kind of want it to be right under the auto crossbow. Um, this is a super splinter gun. This is mid A tier. When you have trigger fingers and bolt marrow, you can use this into the loop, and it's absurd. It's really good. I wouldn't take it to the captain fight. I have beat the captain with it, but it felt like kind of a slog because you miss a lot of the shots. Um, but it can be very good. It's similar to the incinerator and this stuff. I feel like this is the right spot for it. How do I feel about the Seeker pistol? I'm not sure. It's good. It's definitely good. It's a little worse than some of these. I think it's I think it's here. The issue with tier lists this big is that like some of the ordering of stuff tends to fall apart later on. Maybe it's like flame shotgun territory. Um, it's good, but it falls off. It misses sometimes. It kind of sucks at the throne fight. Fuck, dude, I'm losing my voice. I gotta get some more water. I'll be right back. Um, Seeker shotgun is awesome. It does get penalized for being kind of shit against the throne. I definitely like it better than the auto shotgun. In fact, I think the auto shotgun might need to be moved down a little bit. Um, but yeah, it's great. It's one of the best weapons in the game if you get trigger fingers. Like say you're playing YV with trigger fingers in that thing, it's ridiculous. It's so much fun. Um, gets penalized a little bit for not being good against the throne. It's bad against the generators. Like you have to really stick your face into the generators, but it can still handle the throne fight. Like once you kind of know how to maneuver with it, and then after you've popped all the generators, it's fine. It's very good at the throne. Actually, you don't have to aim. You don't have range issues. Um, it's so you know it's fine. Um, let's see. Disc gun is in the weapons that hurt you tier. I think. Which one is this? Is the sticky launcher and this is the toxic launcher. I don't like either of them. Sticky launcher sucks. Um, grenade launcher does a lot of damage, man. It gets penalized a little bit because you will absolutely be standing on a cactus and blow yourself up with it sometimes. But that's more of like a skill issue than anything else. Um, but it also gets a bit of a bonus because it's usually the only weapon that lets you in to see the turtles early game, which is good. So I think it's low B tier. Quick, take a shot, toxic launcher spot. I'll drink to that. I mean, I'll drink water right now because it's early in the day for me, but I swear these two weapons show up all the goddamn time. Especially when I'm like I'm using underpowered weapons and I need something good. It's like, did you want a toxic weapon? The game says, and I'm like, no, I really didn't. Hyper launcher is high A. It's a little tough to use if you haven't got a uh, boiling veins, of course. Um, I think it's like here. But it's really good when it's good. Um, heavy grenade is better than the grenade launcher. I think it's low A. It does really good damage. Pretty low likelihood you hurt yourself, but it's possible, obviously, if you're standing on tires or a random lamppost or something. I feel like the lampposts are the ones that get me the most with the explosive weapons. But I think I've learned to just not use explosive weapons unless I'm like really early game, or like if I don't have boiling veins, I don't use the explosive weapons. 3 toxic lectures from a large chest. I would just close the game at that point. Here's an interesting hot take. Grenade rifle is great. It's just above the hyper rifle. It has fairly good ammo, and it does really good damage, and it's not super likely to hurt you. You got to be careful if you've got trigger fingers or are playing like steroids or with trigger fingers or something like that, because the explosions can cascade back to hit you in the face. But obviously, if you're using this, you probably have boiling veins, in which case it's very good. Somebody left in the comments not too long ago that the grenade rifle rocks, and I've been using it more, and I gotta say I agree. It's very good. I think the grenade shotgun is it's here. It's not as good as the grenade rifle. It's more situational. It can hurt you more easily, and it has worse range. But it's good. The grenade shotgun it does look like Scout's scattergun. In fact, I think it was designed on that. It looks like exactly like Scout's scattergun. Every time I see it on the floor, I think that too. Auto grenade shotgun. This one's weird. How do you feel about the auto grenade shotgun? I've picked it up to kill the throne a couple times, and it's stupid against the throne. This one absolutely has the problem where the explosions can cascade back and hit you in the face. So like never pick this up if you don't have boiling veins. But I think it's low A. I think it's maybe it's very high B. I don't use it often, but when I do, it usually like gets me out of whatever sticky situation I'm in, and then I can pick something else up after. I've like slapped the ever living shit out of Ball Mom with it. So that's always a bonus. I feel like the explosions should clear out toxic gas, but they don't. Cluster launcher is just C tier. It's like around here. Funny but dangerous. Yeah. Cluster launcher is just dangerous. And I think I feel that way about most of these as well. I think the bazooka is a little better, but still fucking scary. This one is way worse. The Gatling bazooka. These explosions can also cascade back and hit you in the face because the explosion from another bazooka shot can trigger it to go off. So terrible. Don't recommend taking the Gatling bazooka like ever. In fact, I think it's here. Maybe like high D tier. The super bazooka is S tier. It's mid S tier. I think it's here. The cluster launcher is amazing. It does good damage, but it hits me all the time. Where did I put it? C tier? I don't think it's worse than the grenade launcher. I mean, maybe here. I mean, I'll take your thinking into account. For me, it's usually been C tier. I think it's probably like maybe mid B. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I feel similarly to how I do about these weapons. Situational, but when I pick it up and use it, it's fine. Maybe the bouncer shotgun should be demoted, actually. Um, God, I'm really losing my voice. I got to figure out how to be able to like broadcast for longer without my voice going. The nuke launcher is around here. It's very good. Um, and we're not going to see the golden nuke launcher for a while because I'm determined not to skip around too much. Um, this is really good when you use it. Yes, strong handshake, incredible. Every time I have boiling veins and I see this, I pick it up. It's an always take if you have boiling veins weapon. It's absurd against the throne. It's absurd against the captain. Some of my fastest captain kills were with that. Um, I actually one shot the throne too. That was with the super slugger, but you're not going to see that for a while. But we do one shot the throne too eventually. Many videos from now. With YV and like Throne Bud and Ultra B and everything. I mean, just the Throne 2 lived for a frame, and that's exactly how long it deserves to live. Blood Launcher is mid B tier. It's fine. It's better than the pop gun. It's right around hyper rifle territory. It's fine. Does good damage. Can't hit you. Can consume health if you're stupid and spamming it. But that's a skill issue. Yeah, YV is one of my favorite characters. Cuz is now one of my favorite characters too. They're both insane. I think this is around nuke launcher territory. Maybe a little better. The blood cannon is great. Very good. Let's just rapid fire these. Flamethrower is SMG area. Dragon is slightly better than the SMG, but still bad. Flare gun is awful. It's really slow. Like, let me see. What's the reload time on the flare gun? Hang on. Control F, flare. Flare gun. Almost a full second reload for that thing. That's like really bad. Let me see. What's the sluggers? Not the golden slugger game. Come on. Heavy slugger, hyper slugger, slugger. So it's slightly faster than a slugger, the flare gun, and it just does bad damage. Uh, Flare gun bad, not good weapon. Better than toxic, perhaps. Flame cannon is cool, but not very good. I think it's maybe the bottom of B tier. If you're doing some silly shit with eyes and projectile style, and you can carry a flame cannon around, it could be silly. But that's just like you've discovered bad gamma guts, essentially. um, I think that the laser pistol is awesome. It's crossbow tier. It's slightly better than the crossbow. And then the laser rifle is slightly better than it, because you can still get it fairly early. It's very good. The blood launcher? Maybe I should put the blood launcher a little higher. But yeah, no, I think it's around hyper rifle area. Maybe these should be lower, actually. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Um, Something like that. But it's around the hyper rifle. When you see it, you can often get use out of it, but sometimes not. You know, it's situational, which is I think the perfect thing for B tier. Laser minigun is awesome, high A tier. Very easy to lose ammo with it very fast. Hot tip: take the laser minigun if you have if you're playing as YV and doing an Ultra B run, and you have laser brain, and then instead of left clicking with it, right click. It's like the best tip I can give for this weapon. Or even just YV, take it and right click. You can still right click really fast. The reload is basically instant, but you're not going to lose all your ammo, and you get the extra ammo efficiency of the ultra and stuff. Super fucking good. My bitrate is fucked right now, so apologies, but hopefully it'll come back in a second. Um, Laser cannon is around the Gatling Slugger. Yeah, you'll see that in a video in like 2 weeks. So, um, one of the coolest things I've ever done in the game. Like, I'm always finding new cool shit to do in this game, which is what like I used to think this game didn't have that much depth because there's just not that many levels and stuff. But the more you play it, the more nuance there is to the stuff that's here. It's awesome. Plasma gun is right around the laser pistol. I'm gonna put it between the laser pistol and the laser rifle. Plasma gun is great. It's very good. It does a lot of damage. It uses more ammo. It's 2 ammo per shot, I think, but it's just very good. I think the plasma rifle is a little worse. Um, I think it's not better than the shotgun. The plasma rifle is like plasma rifle is about as good as the seeker shotgun. Actually, I think that's accurate. Um, the inaccuracy fucks me up. I get hit sometimes because it misses, and it's not my fault that it misses. It's the inaccuracy. Don't take it as steroids. Plasma minigun is just bad. It's kind of sad that it's bad. It does really good damage. Like if you take this against the captain and you're kind of careful with aiming it and stuff. If you take this against the throne, it's really good. Other situations, it's mostly kind of bad. I think it's very situational. I think it's here, which is kind of a weird place to put it, but that feels right. I think that, oops, hello? I think the plasma cannon is very low S tier. I think it's one of the best weapons in the game. It's definitely around the Gatling Slugger and the, actually, yeah, I think this is right. The cannons. I think that you should, if you see the plasma pistol early game, take it because it does really good damage. It's great on the Crystal Caves. It's really good against Big Dog. It's a very good early game weapon. Um, maybe I value this one a little less actually. Like here, the inaccuracy has fucked me, but like they're really good. I don't know. You're gonna waste some ammo for sure, but like you can fuck up Little Hunter with this weapon. You definitely can, especially if you come in with full ammo to that level. Obviously, oops. Obviously, the Super Plasma Cannon is one of the best weapons in the game. It's more situational than some of these because you need trigger fingers to make it work, but I don't have to say much about the Super Plasma Cannon. I do not like the lightning weapons, except for the cannon. The cannon is silly and fun. It's high B tier. Yeah, the golden plasma gun as melting is bad. I definitely don't think it's good. And weirdly, like it's worse in the desert and the. So this is why the golden plasma gun is a weird one. Plasma gun is worse on the desert and the sewers, and it's better on like the caves. Specifically because of the crystals. Like I don't tend to try to shoot the crabs with the plasma gun. I'll use like whatever other weapon I have for that. And then just like slow moving enemies like crystals. It's really good against tanks in the frozen city. Um and if you kind of have to have a different playstyle with the plasma gun. You sit further back and shoot from far away. Especially on the frozen city, like all of the bots when they're far away, they don't move that much, and you could just spam them down with plasma and they all die. So it can still be really good, but on the first couple levels, it's bad, especially as melting. um, you know what weapon I would recommend to store as melting? Obviously the golden nuke, but the golden splinter gun is really good. Golden. We'll talk about golden weapons in a second, but um, the AR, the shotgun, and the splinter gun are all great. Golden laser pistol is great. All of those. Um, so this is the lightning rifle. This thing is dookie. I think this thing is like here. I might rather have the rusty revolver than the laser rifle. Laser SMG has the range is too bad. It's you get it really late in the game, so it gets penalized for that as well. I think it's high C tier. Um, these are some of the worst energy weapons to get later in the game. I've used it in a pinch, but it kind of fucks me up sometimes. Let's see. The shotgun also has bad range, but it's better than the rifle. I think it's yeah, I think it's in here somewhere. It's worse than the SMG for sure. They also just miss. Um, what is the laser rifle or the lightning rifle? You said the laser rifle is inaccurate. I mean, the laser rifle is a little inaccurate, but it's not really that bad unless you're playing as steroids. Um, and then yeah, then just keep the laser pistol. But yeah, the lightning rifle is dookie. Screwdriver has utility, but it's kind of shit. You can get it early in the game. The lightning. Yeah, no worries. It's worse than the slugger. It's around here. The screwdriver. I don't know why the screwdriver is so big here. Maybe they're trying to like normalize for the size of the sprites, but sorry if I slurped into the mic. That kind of sucks. Wrench is pretty decent. I think the wrench is high B tier. It's around this area. It's gonna be hard to take a screenshot of this later on. Chicken sword. Most of the time, if I'm taking the chicken sword, I want to drop it to try to get the black sword, right? It doesn't do very good damage. It's like a worse, slightly faster wrench. But because you can get the black sword, I think I'm gonna put it right with the wrench. Like it's fine. Hot take, I don't care much for the shovel anymore. I used to really like it back when I wasn't looping much. My voice is really going now. We gotta charge through the rest of this so I can end the stream. Shovel is around the hyper rifle area, maybe a little worse. Having melee is good, but it's a little too slow. There are other melee weapons I like better. I think it's a little worse than the wrench. For when you can get it, if you build around it, it's fine. But then by the time you've done that, like you kind of want something else. And I think the sledgehammer is like a little better, but not much. The early game melee weapons are kind of not that good. The late game melee weapons are definitely a little better. So let's just skip right ahead to this. The lightning hammer is awesome. You do need something to make it work. Not need. You either need to play very carefully or you need something to make it work. I used this without trigger fingers for quite a while on my skeleton run. That I got the victory on skeleton. Yeah, I mean the lightning hammer is awesome. I know you're a lightning hammer evangelist. It's funny because Sleep Cycles doesn't like this weapon. Didn't like this weapon, 10 years ago when when we were watching his videos. But it's way better than some of the other melee options. I think that the blood hammer is low A tier. It's not as good as the blood cannon. It's more likely to hit you. You have to be very diligent to not get yourself hurt. Maybe it's high B tier. Obviously, like, some of this other stuff that I put around this area can also hurt you, but the blood hammer can be fucking awesome. Can also be kind of shit, so. I don't take it often, but when I do, it can be great. Jackhammer is S tier. It's low S tier, but it's S tier. You have any of these other weapons on you, and you're fighting the captain, and you have this, and you've won. It's just the projectile destroyer. It's so good against the captain. It's so good against like elite IDPD even. It's just very good. I used to not like this, but it's one of the best melee weapons in the game. Energy screwdriver is lower, but it's high A tier.
It's around here. Maybe it's a little lower in A tier. It's mid A tier. Situational. If you don't have long arms, it's bad. If you are playing as steroids with two of them, then um, you're just gonna walk into the throne, as I have done. Energy Sword is S tier, but it's like mid S tier. It's like super or regular plasma cannon range. I just haven't been seeing this as often. The game just doesn't want to give it to me early anymore. I used to get this early a lot, and it would. I mean, a lot of my wins when I started playing the game were because of the energy sword. It fucking rocks. Obviously, the energy hammer is. It uses too much ammo, but it does absurd. Wait, the jackhammer was a chainsaw? That's kind of cool. I kind of want a mod that makes that the case. The energy hammer is it does really good damage. Like, say you're fighting a boss and you have laser brain and the energy hammer, you know, just whack it and it dies. Energy hammer laser brain against Ball Mom. I think she lives for 3 or 4 hits. It's like ridiculous. Maybe that was with Scary Face. I don't remember. Um, when it's good, it's really good. You can't treat it like these other melee weapons that are in the S tier. Um, its main purpose is not destroying projectiles. You can use it to do that in a pinch, but you cannot spam it because it costs 5 energy per swing. I don't want to skip around too much. This is probably my least used ultra weapon, although it's very good. It used to be the best weapon in the game back in the day. I think it's here, roughly. No, no, it's here. Um, I don't use it that much when I see it. Usually, by the time I see it, I have better stuff. Like I've got some of this by the time I see it. Um, so it just doesn't make sense. Ultra shotgun. Mm, kind of controversial. I also don't use it that much. When it's good, it's absurd. Maybe a little lower. Yeah, maybe here. Um, very, very good though. Uses a lot of rads, but the most fun shotgun style weapon in the game. I'm not counting the sluggers because these are so much fun. I would usually honestly rather have a Gatling slugger, just because worrying about rads is bad. But um, Ultra crossbow is awesome. It's around here. Doesn't use that many rads. Does fucking crazy damage. Um, don't spam it, and you won't use that many rads, right? I guess that's the deal with most of the ultra weapons, but like really, really good. Can burrow through walls as well. Underrated, I think, in the broader community. I don't know. Maybe not, but I underrated this for a long time. Then I've used it a few times. It's very good. I think it can be better than the auto crossbow sometimes. The only reason it's not as high as the auto crossbow is because it conflicts with the ultra shovel, which we'll see here in a second. Ultra grenade is really good as well. I don't think it's as good as the shotgun. I do think it's better than the pistol. It's very hard to use if you haven't got boiling veins. I mean, you can use it and you can get away with it for a while, but it will probably be the thing that kills you if you do that. I mean, that's the case with most of the explosive weapons, right? But it's very good. Ultra laser pistol gets bumped to low S tier because it's very fun. It's a very cool looking weapon. It consumes too many rads and too much ammo for me to love it. Do that thing that I said with YV and the laser minigun with laser brain and the right click, and you basically have this. It's not going to do as much damage, but it doesn't consume rads, you know? Ultra Shovel is the second best weapon in the game. Like this, it's the third best. I know you said top 5 for this, but I really can't, in good conscience, put it above any of this. Maybe like that. Some people love the Super Slugger. All right, golden weapons and then secret weapons. This is the starting weapon as YFE. It's better than the regular revolver. It's like significantly better than the regular revolver, but you do have to spam click, so I don't love it. Golden machine gun is fine. It's a nice way to start a run without having to spam click. But if you get a better golden gun, you should probably use it. Golden AR is awesome. Really like it. I think it's like here. Just you can start with it. It's an AR. It's faster than the other AR. Golden shotgun is a little worse than it, but still very good. Golden slugger I've never stored, so I don't know. I'm just gonna put it with the slugger. Maybe it's good. It's just it feels like you should be able to get this one pre-loop, but you can't, and I haven't been willing to ruin any of my runs that make it into the loop to take this. So I used to like the golden crossbow better. I don't like it as much anymore, weirdly. But it's still fine. I think it's gonna be low A tier. Mostly because this exists, the golden splinter gun is awesome. It's my favorite golden gun. Well, second favorite golden gun, I guess. But it's very good. If you get an opportunity to store this, store it on a character. It is worth tanking a run for, because once you store it on one character, you can just put it in the proto chest. And, store it as everyone if you want. It might even be like here. This one is like my favorite weapon to start the game with. I don't care about the golden. I mean, you can go to the pizza sewers every run. That's fine, I guess. For that reason, it's gonna be low B tier. You shouldn't store this. This thing, definitely don't store it. If I see a golden weapon, this is my least favorite one to see. Maybe with the screwdriver. I also don't want that. Golden laser pistol is great. It's not as good as these other golden weapons, but I really like it. Golden plasma gun is worse than the actual plasma gun. I think it's around here somewhere. Probably just the same. Very low B tier, high C tier. Maybe high C tier, actually. You don't want to start with that. It's funny. If you can get another good weapon straight away, just obviously don't do it as melting, right? Put that on like cuz, and then you can have a what do you call it? You can just have a plasma in your back pocket. Golden wrench is way better than the regular wrench. I think it's here actually, yeah. Purely for putting it on YV and looping on hard mode. It's awesome for that. It's very, very good. The frog pistol, kind of the only purpose to get this is to get the frog pistol. I find that it's around the AR, a rogue rifle in stature, but like a little worse, so I'll put it like here. Golden frog pistol allows you to play as frog, so I'm gonna put it in S tier because it's funny. And honestly, it's not bad. Like you can carry this halfway through the preloop, but I'm putting it in S tier to be funny. That's the main reason. I've never taken a super disc gun, but I feel like it's a piece of shit, to be honest. We'll put it at the top of D tier. It's a funny weapon. I'll put it at the bottom of C tier. The gun allows you to, yeah, right? Just because you get to play as the frog. That's S tier, right? Let's see. What did I just put? I just put something somewhere, but there's so many weapons I can't find it anymore. The gun. It's not a good weapon. It's a pain in the ass to get, but it allows you to get the golden nuke easier. So it should be like D, but because it allows you to get the golden nuke without tearing your eyeballs out,
Maybe just tear. Yeah, nuke farm tier. Probably where that should be, right? But because honestly, like I don't know where to put it. It gave me a bunch of golden disc guns before the golden nuke, so that's kind of rude. I think that the guitar is jackhammer quality. It's awesome. It's very fun. It's very cool. But it's there are better melee weapons. If you see an ultra shovel, take that instead. If you see an energy sword, probably take that instead. But it's good. It's very good. Chicken sword uh is worse than the jackhammer, but only barely. Um it's not as good as the guitar, it's not as good as the energy sword, but it has cool bonuses. It has a wider arc and does more damage if you're headless, but you don't want to be headless. Fuck the golden disc gun. I don't like it. I don't want it. Get it out of my face, essentially. I got 4 of these before I got the golden nuke launcher. So, oh my god, my goddamn bitrate is cooked. We're right at the end, though. This is the last of the tier lists. Golden nuke launcher is fine. I mean, it's funny. It's cool. I like starting with it. It's here. And that's all the weapons. Let me zoom out so we can see it all. And then I will print screen again. So that I'll probably do the rectangle this time, actually. That's my take. Black Sword is F tier because getting chicken sea skin pissed me off. Oh, that's funny. I had a good time. Oh my god, my bitrate is tanked. It's so fucked. If you can even hear what I'm saying. I had a good time with chicken sea skin. I know I'm in the minority for that, but I had a good time. I thought it was very fun. Gonna be it. Thank you, It's Him Official, for participating. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll probably post my final tier lists on Streams Cooked. Yeah.